welcome to INTC 2020 Lab 13 video. With this, we'll be configuring Active Directory users and computers. Okay, so for Lab 13, we'll be using ADAC to create a user and computer object. Then we'll be using PowerShell to create a user and computer object. Then we'll be using computer separated values, which is CSVDE, to create two user accounts. And then we use LDIF FDE to create an organizational user called sales, and then move the users created with comma separated values to the sales organizational unit. And LDIF FDE stands for LDAP data interchange format. Alright, so let's go ahead and begin with Lab 13, and we'll be configuring Active Directory for users and computers. The first thing we want to do is open up your Server Manager and go over to Tools, Active Directory Administrative Center. Once it loads up, you'll be going over to Class 2020 Local. Here it is. And then you want to expand this and go over to Users, right click, New, Users, and then you want to create a new user by filling in the first name, the SAM account name, and a password. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's name the first user Ted Cruz. Alright. And the SAM account name will be just T Cruz. And the password, we can just need a password. And then there's a default distinguished name right there. And if you don't know what a distinguished name is, it's for the Active Directory. It's so objects can be properly placed into the Active Directory. So let's go ahead and hit OK. Boom. Alright, so we created a user using Active Directory Administrative Center. The next thing we want to do is create an object. So to do that, it's pretty straightforward also. You just go over to Computers, right click, New, Computer. Just that easy. Then go to name, let's type object A. It's a pretty standard name for what we're doing. And that's really about it. You have all these other settings you can manage your objects by, but we won't be messing with any of that because all we just want to do is create an object. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay. Let's see. Boom. There it is. And let's go to users and see Ted Cruz is right there. Alright. So for the next part, we're going to be using PowerShell to create users and computers object. So the first thing we want to do is open up PowerShell. After you launch PowerShell, you want to type out this command right here to add a user to the Active Directory. So new dash AD user, name will be Bernie Sanders. In quotations, SAM account name B Sanders. Given name Bernie, surname Sanders, dash enabled true account password. Okay, so for this part, make sure you add parentheses, because as I was doing this before I made and started this video, I had problems binding the parameters. So make sure you add parentheses before and after what I'm typing in. So read password, change password at login. Alright, then close parentheses. And let's see if I get the command typed out right. Alright. Password. Boom. Alright, let's go see if it's in my user computer center. And there it is right there. Cool. Okay. So now we have a user added through PowerShell. Now we just need to create a computer object. So let's go ahead and quickly make that. So new AD computer name object B. Sam account name object B. Okay. And that should work too. Let's go see. Boom, there it is. So for this next method we'll be using is CSVDE, and this is a way of making bulk amounts of user accounts using a comma separated text file. So the first thing we want to do is create this comma separated text file and just name it whatever you want using the extension CSV. Make sure you have that extension or it won't work properly. So let's go ahead and open up what we made here, and I already laid out the formatting for it. So I have object class will be users, same account name, Donald Trump. Distinguished name is all of this, so the Active Directory knows where to place it. So there you have it, the users comma separated value text file. And this will allow you to be able to use this file in PowerShell so you can pipe information to it, and you can have bulk amount of users created a lot quicker than doing it manually one by one in the Active Directory Administrative Center or using PowerShell and typing it out manually. So let's go ahead and test our file out. So let's go read PowerShell. And let's type out this command real quick. Alright. It will be CSVDE switches I, F, and then C is a directory of the location we save the file, and the name is users.csv, and this should import all of the user accounts we just made in that value file. So let's see, connecting, login, importing from file, 2 entries modified. Alright, so according to that, it's imported. Let's go verify. Refresh. First name Donald Trump, boom. Second name Hillary Clinton, boom. There we have it. There's 2 users account created using CSVDE. Alright, so for this part of the video we'll be using LDIF and that is the LDAP Data Interchange Format Standard, LDIF. So for this, pretty much we'll be creating a text file that will contain information to create a organizational unit called sales, and then it will modify the 2 existing users we created using CSV and change their distinguished name to go to the new organizational unit sales in the Active Directory. So LDIF is pretty much the same as CSV. It uses a different syntax to create the file, and with the LDIF FDE, it provides capability to modify and delete existing records in the Active Directory. So in the user's LDIF, I've already created it, save us all time. Me typing out 20 minutes, I don't need a video. So pretty much this file contains there's a name, sales, change type is going to be adding it, And then classes will be organizational unit, top, and then we'll be adding sales as the name. Very straightforward. Designated name, distinguished name is that, modifying Donald Trump, overriding it to have that distinguished name, and the same forth for Hillary Clinton. So let's go ahead and import it real quick into our PowerShell, because that's what we use to import LDIF FDE. So let's go ahead and type out the command to import it, and that will be LDIFDE -I -FC /users.ldf. Okay, so let's do that. Type it out wrong. Nope, didn't put a space. Let me just quickly fix that. Shouldn't take any time out. 3 entries modified and successfully. Okay, so let's go over to our Active Directory Administration Center. Sorry. Okay. Alright, so refresh it and it shouldn't be there anymore. And it's not. Cool. Alright, so the user account's been moved to the organizational unit sales. So let's go over to the organizational unit. There it is. We created that just a second ago. And there's our 2 user groups. Okay, so quick review. For Lab 13, we used ADAC to create a user and computer object. We used PowerShell to create a user and computer object. We used comma separated value file to create 2 user accounts. Then we used LDIF FDE to create an organizational unit called sales, and then move those 2 comma separated value file users to the LDIF FDE organizational unit called sales.